you're really showing forte. Okay, so how you avoid what happened in measure 2. Turn sooner, because like Saul said, every cue has a preparation. It doesn't just happen on that beat. It happens like the beat before, because you're preparing them. And then immediately, as soon as you've turned, which I would do as early as count 1, then immediately, okay, so you're immediately releasing. It's gone. Your cue is gone. And you're going on to the next measure, okay? Do the whole thing again. So do it again. Do you see how you're turning at the very last second?
Yeah,
so at this point, I would write something in my exercise. Turn or something, you know, now. But do it again. You're coming back and it's a very sudden gesture, so it looks like a beat. So you have to make it, it's going to be hard work, but and you're releasing as you're turning and well above the beating line. And immediately it's softer, it's gentler, your whole persona changes, okay? And it's not easy, but don't worry about coming back to center fast enough. You'll be able to read your baton from the side. You worry about conveying what's on the paper.
Yeah. Also, you need to, don't worry about this too much now, but for in the future, you need to find a way to give the cue without getting an accent.
Okay, so just do it without the cue. Just do that measure without the cue.
Can I start from the beginning?
There you go. If you made your release smaller and higher, that would help. Sorry, Jesse.
Yeah. The tip of your baton is hitting right where all your ictai are happening when you do the release instead of playing on it.
Okay. Now all you have to do is swivel your body to the left and do the exact same thing. When you add cueing, you're really adding two things: which way your body is facing, your torso is facing, and making sure that you have in your mind, you have to make eye contact with someone, prep, go. But everything else stays the same. So you're not really adding anything except for direction and intent. Nothing, technique doesn't change.
You're adding 3 things for the cue. You need to breathe for the cue as well. So, I mean, for them, it will make it look like a cue. You know, and in real life music, they would need that.
I agree. Number 2. Start on measure 3.
Measure 3.
Uh-huh. Is that right there? Am I seeing that right? That? Oh. Why do you have it written twice? We have your forte written twice. And so I was confused about, I thought you were supposed to switch to piano.
I must have just forgot to erase it.
Oh, okay. All right.
Do measure 4, try cueing with the left hand.
Especially since it's an accent, you can.
Now just make, that's fine. Just make sure that you breathe in time, that everything is working together. Because between the breath, the left hand, and the right hand, there were kind of 3 different versions of where things were going to happen. So,
One way you guys might want to think about practicing accents is, or not accents, cues is isolated. Just isolated, okay, I'm going to cue on count 1, right in the center. Okay, again. I mean, really, it's just a double, right? If you're going to use the left hand, or it's if you're going to make it mainly a left hand cue, the left hand slightly bigger than the right hand. Just practicing it isolated will help, and then maybe put in 1 count before it. Let's see. So that'd be count 2. Right? It's the difference in the counts before and after. If you're going to cue on count 4, so it'd be 2. Right? That's where the cue is, something like that. Okay.
Just in general for everyone, I imagine Dr. Steele is going to want to see a lot of left-hand cues, so I would be prepared for that. If you want to make cues in the baton, that's fine, but you're going to have to make them obvious for him. And the way you do that, by and large, is sagittal motion, and it's going to have to be a big deal of it. So, I mean, he really knows that, yes, this is the cue, and this is how I'm doing it.
Yeah.
You got to make it fair.
You can do, for your own safety, I would be able to do any of the exercises both ways with or without left hand, and then maybe do 2 left hand and 1 not, or 1 left, I don't know, whatever you want to do. Okay, 3. Hand in the
I don't know.
That one,
practice it that way.
I most definitely would. Since it's really long, I would come in from the side, and then you have all this time. They know, oh, we're getting softer. Come in from the side, you have all this time to just bring it down. And then that way, this motion you can do doing anything else, and you don't really have to worry about how they coordinate until it gets in front of your face. You need to do it again because measures 2 and 3 did not work.
Yeah, I got it.
Prepare the cues.
Practice it, but you got closer to what you wanted.
Guys, cues are an anomaly because they're the only thing off the top of my head that I can think of in conducting that you don't have to do a beat ahead of time. You can do it as far ahead of time as you want. And oftentimes, the earlier the better because it gives them more of a chance to alert. Remember, you're trying to get their attention for something that's going to happen. Still, I would get your left hand up for that cue sooner. Not a beat ahead, 2 or 3 beats ahead. Or just start with your left hand already there in the beginning, and then extend it like something's about to happen, and bam.
Yeah, because, I mean, if it's an actual cue, they might have been resting for 20 measures, and 1 count isn't going to be enough for them to jam their instruments up to their face and go.